Hi, 7th graders. Just as a reminder, your Chapter 3 entire review is due on Monday. That includes the vocab, the evens that we'll finish on this video, and the odds you will start in class today and finish for homework. We left off yesterday on question 24. The instructions say, write an equation for each of the following sentences. 24 says, 62 is 4 times the sum of a number and 3. So start out with the first part. 62 is, tells me equals, 4 times the sum of a number and 3. So it doesn't tell me what variable to use. I'm going to choose x, and I know that it's going to be 4 times this sum. Because it's 4 times the sum and not just 4 times x or 4 times 3, I'm going to put x plus 3 in parentheses. Number 26 says, the quotient of the difference of a number and 48 and twice the number is 31. So quotient tells me I'm going to divide. What am I dividing? Well, it's the quotient of the difference of a number and 48. So again, I have a variable. They don't tell me what to use. I'm going to use x. The quotient of that and twice that number. Well, the number we picked, the variable we picked was x. So twice x is, tells me equals 31. New set of instructions. Number 28 says, specify what the variable stands for and write an equation and solve. The 8th grade class is selling candy bars to raise money for a charity project at Thanksgiving. Each candy bar they sell provides a profit of 50 cents. How many candy bars do they need to sell to reach their goal of $500? Okay, well the question says how many candy bars, so I'm going to use C for candy bars. And now let's go back and write our equation. So each one, or each candy bar they sell, gives them 50 cents. So I'm going to take that 50 cents and I'm going to multiply it because it's per each candy bar. They need to make a profit of $500, so that needs to equal 500. So I have my variable, I have my equation, and now I can solve. Okay, I'm going to divide both sides so I can get the C by itself to find out that C is 1,000 candy bars. Number 30. Eli read 4 more biographies than historical fiction books during the semester. He also read 2 fewer mysteries than historical fiction books. If he read a total of 11 books during the semester, how many of each type did he read? So it sounds like each thing is based off of the number of historical fiction books he read, because he read 4 more biographies than historical fiction, and he read 2 fewer mysteries than historical fiction. So if I can find out how many historical fiction he read, I can go from there. So I'll use H for historical fiction. Okay, I know the number of biographies was 4 more than that, so that would be H plus 4 gives me the biographies. And I know he read 2 fewer mysteries, so that would be H minus 2. And the last thing it tells me is that the total of all the books he read is 11. So if I total up the historical fiction plus the biographies plus the mysteries, I'll get his total number of books. So I'm going to combine my like terms. H plus H plus H gives me 3H. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And lastly, I'll divide by 3. So he read 3 historical fiction. 3 plus 4 is 7 biographies. And 3 minus 2 is 1 mystery. All right, next set of instructions says determine which numbers are members of the solution set for the given inequality. Number 32 gives me x plus 9 is greater than 2. The first number they ask about is negative 4. So when I plug this in, negative 4 plus 9 is 5, which is greater than 2. The next number they ask about is negative 2. So plug it in. Negative 2 plus 9 is 7, which is also greater than 2. The next number they give is 0 plus 9 is 9, which is greater than 2. And then 1 plus 9, 10 is greater than 2. And the last one they want me to try is 5. 5 plus 9 is 14, which is also greater than 2. So for this one, all of the numbers are part of your solution set because they all fit into the inequality. They make the inequality true. 34 gives me 4x minus 8 is greater than or equal to 12. First one they want me to try is negative 4. 4 times negative 4 minus 8. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Negative 16 minus 8 is negative 24. This is not true. Therefore, negative 4 is not one of the solution sets. Let's try the next one. 4 times negative 2 minus 8. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Minus 8 is negative 16, which is not bigger than 12. So that one is not in the solution set. 4 times 0 minus 8. 4 times 0 is 0. Minus 8 is negative 8, which is not greater than or equal to 12. 4 times 1 minus 8 gives me 4 minus 8, which is negative 4. Still not bigger than or equal to 12. So try the last one. 4 times 5 minus 8. 4 times 5 is 20. Minus 8 is 12, which is greater than or equal to 12. So the only one that is a part of the solution set here is 5. Next set says to graph the inequalities. As a reminder, if your variable is on the left for your inequality, you can always shade the direction the arrow is pointing. If you look at all of these in this section, they all have the variable on the left-hand side, so we can use that rule. 36 says x is not equal to 3. So I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to put 3 in the middle. So if it cannot equal 3, it can equal anything else. I'm going to put an open circle at 3, and I'm going to shade in both directions. It can be anything but 3. (38) says x is less than or equal to 5. So I'm going to draw my number line and put 5 in the middle. Now, since I see that it can equal 5, since it's less than or equal to 5, I'm going to put a closed circle at 5, and I'm going to shade all of the numbers that are less than or equal to 5, which is also the direction the arrow is pointing. All right, next set of instructions say solve, and these are inequalities. Inequalities follow the exact same rules as equations. The only difference is if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the inequality. So remember to watch out for that. This one I'm going to divide both sides by 4, which is a positive, so I do not have to flip the inequality to get x is less than or equal to negative 9. Number 42. X divided by -4 plus 3 is greater than 17. SADMEP would tell me to subtract 3 from both sides first. All right, my last step, I'm going to be multiplying by a negative number. Bells and whistles should be going off in your head. That means I need to flip the inequality. Oops. It is not equal to. I didn't mean to add that. All right, so again, whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip your sign. All right, last section says write an inequality, solve it, and express the answer in words. Vanessa must earn at least 360 points to make an A in her pre-algebra class. If she currently has scores of 82, 91, and 89 points from her first 3 tests, how many points does she need to make an A? Okay, well, the first part of that says at least 360 points. So she can make more than 360 points or equal to 360 points. Okay. Her first few scores are 82, 91, and 89. We want to know how many more she needs to make. So I'm going to add everything up, and then I can solve. So 82 plus 91 plus 89 gives me 262. I'm going to subtract that from both sides. You end up with, whoops, X is greater than or equal to 98. So that means she needs to make at least 98 points on that next test. 46. All of the cars a company sells requires a down payment of $2,000 and 48 monthly payments. The contract amount for any of the cars is at least $19,940. What is the amount of the monthly payments to the nearest whole dollar? So that last part says at least $19,940. That means it can be equal to, but it also can be greater than, okay? So we're making a down payment of $2,000 and 48 monthly payments that we're going to solve for. So I'm going to start by subtracting 2,000 from both sides. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 48. It wants me to round to the nearest whole dollar. So I see I get 373.75. That would round to 374. So the monthly payments are at least, because they can be greater than, $374. And the last question, number 48, state the mathematical significance of Job 3:16. Or not 3:16, 31:6, sorry. So go ahead and open your Bible, read Job 31:6, and write a little blurb on the mathematical significance of that verse. Once you are finished with this, you guys may turn off the video and work with other people and finish the odds or start the odds. Whatever you do not finish is for homework.